Degenerocity. What's happening? The best artist to fall off. Damn. Let's see my man's opinions on who fell off and how they did. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, bro.
Longevity, a long duration of individual life. Some are long-lived, while others are cut short. Not only can this be applied to living, but also in all art and entertainment. Like, will this piece of work stand the test of time to be remembered as great, or will it be put in a modern art museum? Only time can tell. And many music artists throughout all the years had faded away alongside time. It's crazy to think about, because some of these artists, or at least their songs, were all over the radio and played. It's crazy to think about, because some of these artists...
Who the fuck was that, bro? What's this?
These artists, or at least their songs, were all over the radio and playlists and constantly being replayed. But by next year, nobody's even having a thought about their music, let alone the artist. Their relevance was like receiving a happy ending from a lady in Thailand. It lasts a good minute, but it finishes pretty quick.
Hey, yo.
Don't judge my hobbies. Some get the stinky end of this deal by having short bursts of fame, then run straight into irrelevance for the rest of their, well, lives, and the rest are lucky enough to be one-hit wonders, with their hits being so timeless that we never forget them. Like, who can forget 1,000 Miles by what's her name? I swear, every time that song
what's her name?
comes on in a crowded place, every bad thing that's going on in the world at that moment comes to a halt, and all of us sing along in perfect sync. This song legit brings world peace. She doesn't need another hit. And Silent Hill with
wait.
Sync. This song legit brings world peace. She doesn't need another.
Oh, damn. Harambe, bro. He just, what was it, 7 years? Michael Jackson, Ronald McDonald, Tupac.
And Silent Hill with Watch Me Wimp, Watch Me Nene. I mean, none of us are playing that song nowadays, but when it was out, it was big. Like, all the kids were dancing that song, playing it everywhere. You couldn't escape it. And to show how much of a phenomenon this song was played at the biggest award show in the world.
Now this man locked up doing time. That's tough. That's fucking tough, gang.
How much of a
bro, what gets to me the most is an artist going crazy, doing good for themselves, and just fucking themselves up, bro. Whether it's past shit coming up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't really control the past coming into light in the future, and you're getting caught with it or whatever. But like, I'm talking currently, you're going crazy, and you do or say some crazy shit to fucking fuck everything up, bro, for yourself. That should be annoying. And it's like, you fuck with their music heavy. You know what I'm saying? You want to see them go. You want to see them keep dropping music.
Phenomenon this song was played at the biggest award show in the world. The Kids' Choice Awards. You can't get bigger than that. That's a career peak for anybody. The impact of that song was insane. So you know the fall gotta be equal to that. Because after the song wasn't hot no more, the man fell off so hard, he murdered his cousin. That's tough. There was Young Ma with Ooh. This song will forever.
No. You is not finna sit here and say she fell off, gang. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fuck. In my eyes, she didn't fall off.
He murdered his cousin. That's
she
tough.
Didn't fall
there
off.
Was Young Ma with Ooh. This song will forever be a club hit. Shame she didn't have another. But at least some party or club somewhere will always be playing.
She still dropped fire.
Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed in clubs. So. Estelle's American Boy. It hurts saying she's a one-hit wonder, but the song is amazing. Also with a goated verse from the GOAT. The song is genuinely perfect. Well, she ain't really a one-hit wonder if you count the hits she made on Steven Universe. But forget everything I just said. When we think about the best artists to fall off, we think of the ones that had a big breakout song, an album that made people think this person will be here for the long run. They will become a household name, only for them to be in love and hip-hop a few years later. I'm sadly talking about Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap, artist that comes from Jersey, represent, and probably the most popular.
He just got hit with, what was it, 5 to 7 years?
Rapper to come from here.
Crazy.
Like, I was searching New Jersey rappers, and the second result is Fatboy SSE. So we're kind of lacking. Fetty Wap in 2015 literally blew up the entire hip-hop industry with his sleeper hit at the time, Trap Queen, which came out a year prior before it even reached the Billboard charts. And when I tell you everybody was singing this song, it was playing on every radio station, you couldn't escape it in a good way. You can't tell me everyone and their doctors didn't know the opening 6 words of the refrain of the song. I'm like, it was a pillow. And on April 4th, 2015, the song went #1 on the Billboard, beating Pitbull's song, Now, when you beat Mr. Worldwide in the charts, you're destined for greatness. And #1 on Billboard is a crazy feat, don't get me wrong.
Facts.
But this dude still could have been a one-hit wonder. Come on, how many other people went #1 only to be never heard of again? Like, who the hell is the baby? Who? But bro,
the baby. See, that's something we can say fell off, man. I ain't gonna lie. Man's had hit after hit after hit after hit, bro. What that the run from, like, what was it, 2018 to 2020, bro? Hit. Man.
proved everyone wrong, cause 1 month after Trap Queen went #1, he released 679 Drake edition. Now, I have my qualms with Drake, but I like the song. Proving he ain't no one-hit wonder, but at least 2. But soon after that, he released his self-titled studio album. Bro did not waste time. He saw the spotlight was on him, and he took his opportunity in the best way possible. Again, My Way, RGF Island. This album was filled with hit songs, or at least songs that would be played all over social media. Like, Fetty Wap was basically the go-to artist to use in your Vine back then. And this dude's music was being played all the time on repeat. He was also making the songs he was featured in hits. Like, nobody listened to Save That Money for Little Dicky, let's be honest. We're all listening for that hook. It seemed like this guy was unstoppable, and you could tell he felt—
That's crazy, bro. When there's a song made and the hook is like the most important thing in a song, or like the most memorable thing in a song, I feel like, bro, if you got the hook on lock, you got a hit. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Minus the lyrics, minus all of that. If you got a catchy ass motherfucking hook, catchy ass beat to go along with the catchy hook, bro, you got yourself a slapper. You know what I'm saying? And the hook be playing 2, 3, 4 times throughout the entire song. You know what I'm saying?
That way too, cause 1 month after he released his studio album, he released another album. The consistency is crazy, and to top it all off, it was a collab album with none other than French Montana. If you don't know who French Montana is that nigga that Diddy cropped out in that one photo, and for good reason. This man is not a good rapper. Never in your life have you been in a car or
now let me ask y'all this, right? Let me ask you this question. French Montana or Birdman? Who are you guys choosing? French Montana or Birdman? I'm going French Montana every fucking trip. That's just me. Let me know.
A function and someone says, hey, put on that new French Montana. You never heard that. And if you have, you need to find new friends. These are the people that are bad influences that your mom and dad were talking about. Go hang out with murderers and drug dealers instead. At least those guys will have a more positive impact on you than a nigga that willingly listens to French Montana. You have free will in this beautiful life you have, and you spend it on that, you can't trust them. Anyways, the album was called Coke Zoo, and it's 13 songs, and it's a toucan of ass. Now, Fetty did have a better performance than French on here, obviously, but French had way more songs and verses than him, and overall, the album is just very bland. No song sticks or stands out. It's just a nothing burger, bro. It has no replay value whatsoever. And after this project, his music slowed down on coming out, which is fine. He don't have to be like YoungBoy releasing an album every 3 days. In 2016, the next year, he had a good few charting songs he was featured in, and also his own single, Wake Up, peaking at 50 in the Billboard Hot 100. And during this period of time, it felt like the calm before the storm. Fetty was still in people's mouths. He was still performing sold-out shows and still charting. He was still very much popular, but after 2016, he kind of faded away out of the public eye more and more. He has released projects since then, but none of them created any buzz, cause overall, all of them were pretty meh. But also, there were no hits. See, Fetty Wap was very much a hit rapper, which is not a bad thing, it's just a bad thing.
For longevity, it's not really that great, you know what I'm saying? But then that kind of sounds like, that doesn't sound right to say, because you got Drake. He drops hits and that shit, and bro, everybody knows Drake. That motherfucker's never gonna fall off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion, but like, I don't know.
When you want a fan base that would actually stay. And since he wasn't making any more hits, more people stopped talking about him. Plus, his new music sounds identical to the rest of his other music. I mean, you can say the same thing for other artists too, but Fetty's music also sounds dated.
Bro, the baby gets that a lot. It sounds all the same, bro. Switch it up. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can say the same thing for other artists too, but Fetty's music also sounds dated. Like he was a product of his time and didn't try any new sounds or styles with his music to catch up to his own contemporaries. Other than that 2018 6ix9ine song Kiki, he has kind of disappeared from the popular space of music. And since then, in late 2022, he's pleaded guilty in drug charges and he's looking at 5 to 40 years in prison.
540? 540? Sentence 6, yeah, 6.
That's tough. But also during his fall off, Trap Queen is Diamond. 10 million units sold. So at least he will also have a legacy to look back on in hip-hop history. Fetty Wap may have been a victim of falling down the stairs with a mediocre at best discography to look back on. There's another artist that I believe fell off, but on top. Goat-Ye. Goat-Ye was a solo artist from Australia who started his pro music career in 2001 when he released his self-titled EP. And during these years, he sent his EPs to radio stations, building a name for himself up to the release of his debut album, Like Drawing Blood, in 2006. And this album is actually pretty good. The songs have a unique flow and groove to them, and
never heard of them.
I'm terrible at describing music I like. The music sounds good to my ears. And apparently others thought the same because this album was pretty successful in the indie space. It was critically acclaimed. It was voted best album of 2006 in a listener poll by Triple J, a popular Australian radio station. The track Heart's a Mess was ranked number 8 on the station's Hot 100 of 2006. It also went platinum in Australia. Like, bro wasn't a nobody before his real big hit happened, or at least not a nobody in Aussie land. It even won iTunes Album of the Year in the
Oh my god, remember these fucking iTunes commercials?
Or at least not a nobody in Aussie land.
Oh my god, when the iPod was a thing and these color ass, yo.
Even won iTunes Album of the Year in the UK in 2008. Bro was kind of a big deal, and he would become an even bigger one once he released his second solo album in 2011, Making Mirrors, where one of his lead singles, Somebody That I Used to Know, well, blew the fuck up. I love this song so much. Now, I wish I could pick a different song as my favorite, since I've listened to all of his solo music and also to seem more cultured, I guess. But this is my favorite song from him. No matter how many times I listen to it, even after 10 years later, it doesn't get old. And the whole sound of the song is unique too. Early 2010s pop radio songs were sounding more
It's Friday. That fucking weak ass shit, bro. There was some cringe ass hits, bro.
The whole sound of the song is unique too. Early 2010s pop radio songs were sounding more like electronic EDM dance music, sounding like a YouTube gaming channel intro. You know, a lot of them sound dated too, but not this song. Never this song. And the song did get his flowers, a lot of them too. And after his world tour, all eyes are still on him, especially since he just won the Record of the Year at the Grammy Awards. The people were waiting.
I never heard of him, bro. That's crazy. Shout out
for
to
more
him.
music from him. Except that ain't happened. Bro went radio silent, and not in a people weren't interested in him no more kind of way. No, bro disappeared from everywhere. Social media even started rumors saying he was dead, where he went out of hibernation just to tweet, "Nah, I'm alive." Then not long after the tweet, he posted a blog post saying he no longer will be releasing solo music and Goat-Ye will be no more. Huh? This
what?
Dude just released one of the biggest songs of the decade and now he's quitting? Why? That's like shooting yourself in the foot. What?
I mean, sometimes they lose a passion for it, you feel me? That's bound to happen.
Biggest songs of the decade and now he's quitting? Why? That's like shooting yourself in the foot. What the heck? Well, one, in the post he said he wanted to only focus working on music with his band, The Basics. By the way, he's in a band. I didn't mention that. And in interviews, he talks as if he doesn't really want the insane fame in the first place, which is fine, I guess, if that's what he wanted. Plus, I bet he can have a steady living for the rest of his life on that one song alone. It's just missed potential.
Nah, I feel that missed potential, bro. I feel that, bro. There's so much talent in the world, and it's like it's going unnoticed. Some people are talented, but they don't want to showcase it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do nothing to show the world how talented they are, or show people around them how talented they are, bro. And it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people out here who aren't talented, but they work hard. So if they were blessed with some talent, they're gonna run with that and keep, you know what I'm saying, push through.
Ye was genuinely a great artist who could have stayed for the long run, instead of that one song being mostly his remembered legacy. Like, Bronte is a great song and has a greater music video. More people should see this. He still releases music with his band The Basics, but I haven't listened to them yet. Plus, I've heard he's mainly the drummer. But Ye is a great musician, so I wouldn't be surprised if I do like his band too. And maybe, hopefully, he could release more solo music in the future. Alright, I'ma stop glazing this dude and move on to the next man. Or baby. Da Baby. Da Baby. Rapper. Meme. Car. He's mad popular. Also, some of y'all might be thinking, I thought this was the best artist to fall off. Why he here? And yeah, he might not be nowhere near the best in anything, but I like Kirk and Baby on Baby.
Bro, right here, these two albums, fire. Fire, bro. Fire. Simple as that.
Baby, you know, I think he is a better discography than Fetty Wap. So now, although this guy's fall from grace is kind of recent, it's very evident that this man is 100% not the big star he used to be. Bro in 2019 and 2020 was on top. He released 3 albums that made it to the top of the charts. Had hit after hit. Bro's song Rockstar with Roddy Ricch was #1 for 7 straight weeks. He was nominated for 6 Grammys, endorsement after endorsement, TV performance after performance, getting away with murder at a Walmart. It seemed like nobody could stop this dude. But then this guy decided to be in a bunch of controversies. Assaulting airport kiosk workers, slapping a female fan for trying to take a picture of him, beefing with JoJo Siwa just cause she's taller than him. Bro was just constantly getting in trouble. And the final straw was that 2021 Rolling Loud set where he just started saying the dumbest shit.
Ladies, if you like to shove bowling balls and pineapples up your pussy, put your cell phone flashlights in the air right now. And fellas,
he did not say this. Go watch it. This is...
If you like sucking on balls, leave. Oh, man. I ain't with that stuff, man. Leave, man. I ain't no Frank Ocean. Leave that stuff at home.
Yeah, dude said some stuff, and basically the whole industry turned on him. He lost a majority of his endorsements. Bro was pulled off of concert lineups, and overall, the public wasn't really messing with him no more. He even one time had to cancel his New Orleans show because it only sold 500 tickets in a venue that's supposed to seat 14,000. If that doesn't indicate a
500 out of 14,000 is wild.
fall off, then I don't know what does. His recent album Baby on Baby 2 only sold 17K first week versus his 2019-2020 albums that would sell 150K, getting #1 on the Billboard charts. It just seems like bro really messed his own career up for nothing. And some people still might say he hasn't fallen off. Look at his Spotify monthly listeners. Bro's still pulling big numbers. Okay, remove the Dua Lipa song and that cuts off at least half of these listeners off, minimum. Then remove Rockstar and that's probably -5 million right there. Most of this dude's listeners are only listening to his hits that most of the time he's only featured in. It ain't that hard to pinpoint this info. And do I feel bad for his fall off? No! Bro did this entirely himself. Even on his
nice meme, bro. Nice meme.
Fall off? No! Bro did this entirely himself. Even on his new album Baby on Baby 2, on his song Socks, he says,
lost 20 million for keeping it real, bitch. I don't give a fuck about no money.
Bro isn't even sorry. He basically said all the apologies he said in the past don't mean nothing. But who knows? Maybe he will make a comeback. He has a new song that debuted at number 92 on the Billboard Hot 100. Although the Repo Reaper on TikTok is the only reason his song is getting any streams. That tells you where his career is at right now.
Yo, why not talk about Stunner 4 Vegas, bro? Where has he been?
Now, all right, I gotta move on from this dude and talk about a person that genuinely hurts my soul that I had to say this. Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper started his career.
Chance the Rapper. Let me see his reasoning why.
His breakout mixtape 10 Day, which was okay. But then the year after, Acid Rap came out and it was amazing. In my opinion, it's up there with hip hop's best all-time mixtapes. Bro brought a unique sound to hip hop with the fun, bouncy, and sometimes melodic tracks. The whole mixtape brings a supreme vibe to it that a lot of other projects.
Bro, that song he has with Childish Gambino. Boy. That song, man, it's my favorite song of his for sure. What's it called? 305? Is it 305? Till 3005. 3005. Hold on. Oh.
Projects don't bring. Also, his ad libs going every track, breathtaking, revolutionary. Acid rap is just a great project that introduced his talents to a much wider audience. Bro was destined to be big, especially upon the release of his album.
This one's good too.
The Coloring Book. In middle school, I adored this album. It was constantly in my rotation, and personally, I loved it more than acid rap. I had every song on here on repeat.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie.
Rotation, and personally, I loved it more than acid rap. I had every song on here on repeat, and my favorite song on the album would change like every week. My favorite is All We Got. No, it's Angels. No, it's No Problems. No, it's Juke Jam. This album is like perfect. I mean, I don't think it's top tier hip hop music or anything, but I have zero complaints about the album other than the mixing and All Night, but I can forgive it. This album is great. I love this album so much. He deserved all the praise and awards he got from it. This album was a big part of my middle school days, and Chance was definitely one of my favorite rappers, period, during that time. I was deeply anticipating more Chance music in the future. I mean, he met Kanye West. He was never going to fail, right? So his next project was bound to succeed. And then it happened. 3 years after The Coloring Book, he announced his debut album, The Big Day. Holy guacamole. This was a big day for me. I couldn't wait. I was ready. And on Friday morning, 12 a.m. on release, I put on my headphones. I could feel the sweat going down my gluteus maximus. I am so
swamp ass
happy. Then I pressed play. And as I was listening to the music, the songs felt a little off. A bit different from his previous music. It was perhaps a little more experimental. Or something.
There was some songs in there I liked. I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe not that. Wait. Dog, what the fuck am I listening to? It was garbage. Dreadful.
Damn.
Gobbledygook, and not in like a French Montana Fetty Wap Coke Zoo nothing burger kind of way, because if it was, it would actually be better, because with a nothing burger you just get no nutrition or enjoyment out of it. The Big Day is like receiving a lobotomy. Like, first, this album had like 8 writers and 8 producers for each song. 2, the lyrics are just look at this. Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly with a peanut butter jelly. It'll break your back. By the way, almost all the lyrics on this album are this corny and this trash. And when he's not talking about peanut butter jelly or God, he's talking about loving his wife. Now, I understand you love your wife, dude. I love your wife too. But if you're not gonna talk about your love for her in any kind of interesting way, or do it in any other creative way other than just say, I love her and she's beautiful, she's my queen. Bro, can you talk about something else? Can you talk about doing drugs again, please?
Hey, yo.
Every song has the same rhythm, tone, feel. It doesn't change or do anything interesting, which is even worse since this album is almost an hour and 20 minutes long. Honestly, this is probably the most disappointing album from an artist I loved I've ever listened to. Because even with the albums I don't like from artists that I love, there's usually a good few tracks I would come back to.
Yeah, bro, that's how I felt with that album. Like, there was just some tracks I was like, all right, not bad, you know what I'm saying? I'm bumping this shit.
Don't like from artists that I love. There's usually a good few tracks I would come back to, you know, that I like, but not this one. Not a single one on this album has replay value. And when I say these things, I don't mean for anybody to shit on Chance, because I still think overall he's a great artist. It's just this project upsets me so much, because this has been basically his last album for the past almost 4 years. Sheesh. And the album sucks. The man has released very little music since this album, outside from that Christmas.
Doesn't he have, oh, I remember this one. Doesn't he have a show? Or he's like executive producing a show or some shit?
Mixtape he released in 2020 with Omarion or whoever. I don't care. I'm not listening to that. That's not a real project. And I feel like this dude knows the bad reception his album gets. That's why he's been wearing his #3 hat promoting coloring book for the past 7 years. I swear this hat is surgically attached to this man. Take that shit off already. Damn! Maybe I'm looking at Chance's last projects through rose-tinted glasses, because I listened to those albums as I was a kid. And even though The Big Day is a terrible album, I am so happy for the current success of Chance in his career. I love seeing him being part of modern media despite not releasing any music in a number of years. I am so happy for him. He might have fallen off quality-wise, but I only want future uphill success for him, no matter if he releases any more music or not. And if he does release more music, hopefully this album was just a hiccup, and he starts burping again. And yeah, I feel like I've discussed enough in this video, although I definitely could make a part 2 to this. There's a few others off the
Bro, he def could, bro. So many artists you can put in this bitch.
top of my head that I could
So many one-hit wonders, artists that fell out, all of that, bro. You could def make a part 2, 3, 4.
list, like Coldplay and Maroon 5. Like, how you go from this to this? Like, seriously. Also, there's one more that fell off quality-wise that I can rant about for days on end, but that's for another day. I feel like I've said my piece, and in conclusion, I kind of like Hot Shower. I'm sorry. It's kind of grown on me. I'm sorry.
You know? Oh, man. I was so bad for One Hit Wonders. Hall of Fame didn't deserve it. Half of them didn't deserve it. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Degen would unironically be a great voice actor. Imagine him in South Park, Gumball, or GTA. This dude has literally got no bad videos. All of them are just rewatchable and extremely well made. Rest in peace to all those artists. You will be missed. There's a lot, bro. He could probably make... He could make a whole series on this shit for real, bro. If we talking every genre, every single piece of music that's ever dropped, he could definitely make this a series. The best artist to fall off part 2, 3, 4, and keep going. You feel me? What do y'all think about the list? I ain't gonna lie. What do y'all think about the list? You feel me? But yeah, man, that's my reaction. If y'all enjoyed this video, like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'm out.